Hey everyone, I just had a project here that I wanted to show you. It's about to launch in 5 hours and 29 minutes at this time of recording. So these are pretty cool. If you haven't seen these before, I was kind of waiting for them to come back. Mining season is over again, so let's try out the BUSD machine, right? BUSD machine version 3. Now, basically this is, kind of a gamified minting of BUSD here. So how it works is they start off with a 1 million total supply, and there's already 50,000 circulating. We'll go over that here in a second. But the way it works is you go ahead and you deposit BUSD, and there is a 10% fee when you deposit your BUSD, as we'll see here in a minute. But once you deposit that, it's lost. You can't unstake it, as it says there, and 547% APR, and that equates to a daily APR of 1.5%. So if you would put in, say, 100 after tax, then you would be getting 1.5 BUSDM minted per day. So that's the token of the system is of the machine is the BUSDM. So then you could stake that BUSDM, and this is how you're going to ROI. That's how you're going to get your money back out. That's at 912% APR. So per day, that's 2.5%. Now you can stake this, but you can't unstake it until 7 days. So anything you put in is going to have a 7-day timer. Anytime you claim you're minted for the day and then stake it, it's going to reset that timer. So that's kind of where the gamify part comes in. You just want to decide, when it's time to pull your money out. And we'll look at that here in a minute. Then whenever you do unstake, 50% of that is going to get burned. Now that's something new to these that I haven't seen before, and that's going to add an interesting dynamic that we can look at here in a minute. And sometimes these have a sell limit. Now at this time, there's no limit. That doesn't mean that might not change. Well, we can see if it says anything about that in the documentation below. So once you pull your BUSDM out, and you pay your 50% in burns, then you're able to go ahead and sell that for whatever the price is. Now the price is going to start at zero, and then we'll see here in a minute how that price is decided. But these usually go up to at least the normal token amount of a BUSD is $1, on up to $2 or $3 even. So it's just timing to be able to get your money out at the highest point. So there are, referrals on this, and it's just paid in straight BUSD. So you're going to get a 2% fee, and that's going to, come out of that 10% deposit fee. You'll get that paid straight out in BUSD. That then you can go ahead and take that out of your account here with the withdrawal button, and you do already have to have a deposit started before you can go ahead and use that referral link. So here's the mechanics. There's a token address. Don't be tricked by scammers. Make sure that that's the token address that you're using whenever you're interacting with it, because the tokens will go to your wallet and then get staked back in again. So you actually will have the BUSDM token in your wallet at some point. The value of BUSDM will rise as more users invest BUSD and when BUSDM tokens are minted. So you can mint BUSDM. You can earn BUSDM from using BUSD to mint. You will earn BUSDM tokens as a percentage of BUSD invested, irrespective of the BUSD machine price. I.e., if you invest $100, you will receive 1.5 BUSDM per day. You cannot unstake your BUSD, which we talked about. Now, staking the BUSDM after you earn it, you can earn BUSDM by staking BUSDM. The stake is locked for 7 days from your last stake, meaning if you add to it every day, it's locked for 7 days. Now, unstaking BUSDM tokens will result in 50% being returned to you and 50% being burned. Now, this is different, like I said, than what usually happens. Normally, that would just you would get 100% out, and then when you sell, it'll go back into the contract, right? So now when you sell, it's going to go back into the contract, but when you claim from your staking, it's going to burn half of that. So that's going to make it pretty interesting on how this plays out. So some of the terminology, the token supply is the maximum amount of BUSD that can exist ever, which is 1 million, but that will go down in this version because of the burn. So the circulating supply is the amount of BUSDM tokens that are currently in wallets. So it's, what's minted, at the current time. So the available supply is the total supply minus the circulating supply. And then the BUSDM price is figured by the total BUSD balance divided by available supply. And the way we're going to be able to figure that out when it goes live is we'll just click on contract. That's going to take us into BSC scan. And then right here under BNB value, you're going to see a pull down and it will show you how much money is in the contract. Now we can see some people were trying to, they're trying to approve, and those transfers, all those are just where they have paid, paid out their influencers and stuff like that, which we'll see here in just a minute how that works. But so this is where you'll be able to come and check that BUSD on the contracts. You want to keep an eye on that. So we're going to go back here again to our price. And so the total balance divided by the available supply. So right now would be, 9.5 or 950,000. We don't have any BUSD in there yet. The tokenomics. As you claim BUSD from minting, it is removed from the available supply and added to the circulating supply. As you sell BUSDM, it is removed from the circulating supply and added back to the available supply, except for the burn now. So the investment tax, there's going to be a 10% on BUSD. As I said before, 10% is going to go in to pay the fees on that, and 2% of that would be for the referral if you use a referral link. And then there's no tax when investing BUSDM, and then no tax for selling. So approve just means you're going to approve the amount that you wish to spend. So the first transaction that's going to come up is just going to be for you to approve how much BUSD you would like to spend when you do go ahead and get into the contract. Invest your BUSD is pretty obvious. Just you're going to invest it. Staking your BSDM is the second box where we stake it. Harvest the rewards. That's going to be where we click, to harvest our BUSD earned. And then there's the unstake, and then the selling of the BUSDM. And that's how you're going to pull your BUSD back out. Referral link's a referral link, and withdrawal earnings is confirm the transaction into your wallet would be, when you withdraw your referral link earnings right there. So token allocation, 50,000 initial tokens are minted before it starts to the team wallet. 15,000 of those are going to go to influencers and their subscribers for giveaways. 10,000 is allocated to community members who wish to create content. 6,000 is going to go to the team, and that must be 4 people, 1,500 each. 5,000 is going to be allocated to competitions, and then 14,000, which would be for future marketing. And they have a disclaimer: always do your own research. There's always a risk of the uncertain. Only use funds you can afford to use. Now, the links down here at the bottom aren't working yet, but the DeFi ecosystem is the the overall managing project that launches these. George Stamp is an auditor and also who is the dev on these, so we can't collect that as either. But George Stamp approved. There's an APA clock. Looks like a Moon King and a DAP radar, but none of those are hooked up yet. So if we go over here into our daily interest calculator, we're going to assume that we'd like to invest 100 BUSD. So if we did 100 BUSD, we would only be getting 90, right? Because of the 10% tax. But we want to see what we get once we stake it, right? Because just at 1.5% a day, we're not going to get this out in time to beat everybody else. We're going to have to stake it too. So that's kind of where the game comes in. How long are we going to stake it for? So to make this calculator work right, we're not going to put that 90 in because we're just going to say, I'm going to show you my spreadsheet here. 90 in is at 1.5% is going to give you $1.35 a day, right? So Our principal amount is going to be 0 because what we're looking at is the stake BUSDM. So we have an interest rate of 2.5 a day. And then now here's where our 90 is going to come in. We're going to be putting 1.35 in every day from our staking of our or our minting right here of BUSDM. So let's just see at 30 days, where would we be? Starting with 0, right? Because we don't have any BUSDM on day 1. So we'd only be at 59 BUSDM. And I'm going to go ahead and assume a rate of $1 for 1 BUSDM, right? 1 BUSD for 1 BUSDM just for this exercise. So let's see how long it would take us to say ROI, Since there's a 50% burn, at 60 days, we're still not quite there because we're only at 183. We would need to have 200 with that 50% burn, right? So let's try 63 days. I might already know the answer to this. 63 days is 201.86. So that would ROI us at a BUSD to BUSDM 1-to-1 rate valuation. So I just made this little chart here, BUSD machine V3 speculations. So there's our $90 deposit, $1.35 a day. Now in the staking pool, we're going to get 2.5% a day. So 63 days in, and we would have 201 BUSDM. 90 days, we'd have 444. 120 days, and we're at 991. So assuming a price of $1, we would ROI or break even 1 times our investment at 63 days. Now, if we got to 90 days at $1, we'd be at 222, and 120, almost $500. Now, the reason I have these in green right here is because this is probably going to be your sweet spot that you're going to want to look for. Most likely scenario, for you to go ahead and be able to ROI, or for you to be able to ROI. So 63 days at $1.50, and this is including the 50% burn, right? So you're going to pull out $151. So you're going to make 50% on top of your initial investment there. And then for a full-on over 2x, we're going to need to go 90 days and then sell it for $1.50. So that's what I'm going to say. These are probably the most likely scenarios that are going to happen. 120 days at that $1.50 would be $7.43. And then if we just really want to get crazy and look at, $2 at 90 days, we're clear over here at $9.91, which is a 10x on your money. That's pretty good, but also pretty risky. And let's just say that, that everybody beats you out and it goes down to 50 cents, but you managed to go ahead and sell at 90 days at a price of 50 cents, well, you're still going to make 11 bucks. So you can see there's a lot of different ways to play this one. And just let me know what you guys think. Do you like these? Do you think this one's going to do good? What do you think about that 50% burn? If you want to support the video, the channel, whatever, you can use that referral. If you don't want to, you want to use your aunts, grandmas, your kids. Just don't tell anybody your kids are gambling in crypto. But feel free to use any of those you want. Just don't let that 2% go to waste. All right. Thanks a lot. Good luck.